How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good. Where do you live? Is the trailer unlocked?
Well, no, it's not.
Okay, I gotta take a peek then.
Sure.
We're going to unlock.
Like, leave it right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Great, have fun.
Thank you. Wow, we're in Maine. Hey guys, so I am just east of Bangor, and I just noticed that there was a public land sign out here, so I came down this logging road here, and it just so happened that I meant a logging truck coming this way at the exact same time. But anyways, I walked down here first to make sure I would be able to fit, and as soon as I got back to the truck, all of a sudden this truck was just coming around that corner there, so it's perfect timing. But I'll show you where we're going to stay tonight. Not a bad spot, not a bad spot. I can't believe I got 4 bars of cell service here too. I don't even know where the tower is. There she is. Now, when I showed up here, I could tell people were using this area for target practice, because there's a whole bunch of, you can see the shotgun shells there, they're all pink. And there was a bunch of targets behind the trailer there. But anyways, can't go any further down here. There's just an open pit right there. And so I'm thinking at one time they removed gravel from here and maybe probably used it to make the road that's out there. But a little bit uneven, but I was able to get her up on those. They left a 2x4 there, so I put my ramp on top of it, and it helped. Well, I set up 2 traps. So there's one set up right there, and you can tell it hasn't been tripped. And that one hasn't been tripped, but when I took the holder out for the propane tank for the barbecue, you know which one I'm talking about, that one there. I pulled the tank out, and look what I see. So he got in there and was taking a bunch of that napkin in there, and I'm not sure exactly how he died, whether or not he went underneath the tank and got stuck or something. I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, I'm glad to see I caught him. Although it wasn't from me, it was from the propane tank or the holder. Well, Maine is having some special weather, I'll tell you. It's 72, which is 22 degrees Celsius. Wow. Isn't it ever nice out there? So we're heading south. Where we end up, I'm not 100% sure. I stayed at that logging place there last night. I was there for 3 days actually. And there's actually a casino up here that you're allowed to stay in their parking lot overnight for free. So it's about a hour-and-a-half drive from here, so I'll probably end up staying somewhere there, around there somewhere. If it's free, it's free. I might even treat myself to a nice little supper tonight. I don't gamble, so you don't have to worry about that part. But I do enjoy walking around. I like people watching in a casino. But I usually, when I go to the casino, I spend no money on the machines, but I will have a couple beers and a meal. For those of you that do not know, these are called the Pennsylvania Turnpike tunnels. There was 8 in total. 5 are active today and 3 were abandoned. If you want to see one of the abandoned ones, check out my video 101. I believe it's called A Couple Cool Spots Before Heading Up to the Great White North. I went and visited one of the abandoned ones. One of the tunnels, called Ray's Hills Tunnel, was actually used for a movie that was in 2009 called The Road. But the tunnels were also used by the military, and between the tunnels there was a travel plaza, and the Pennsylvania Police Department actually used it as a shooting range for practice. It is now just being used as a trail system for recreation, for bicycling or hiking. Alright guys, so I know as part of the questions, I know a lot of people have been asking, what's my gas mileage? What's my gas mileage? I'm going to do on average 5 tanks. So I just filled up, and there's a YouTube channel, Fast Lane Trucks or something like this, and when they do their tests, and a lot of you guys will probably know that that channel I'm talking about, the Ike Gauntlet, they'll take a brand new vehicle, whether it's a Chevy, Dodge, doesn't matter, put it to its max payload, go up this huge grade, and find out whether or not it can actually keep up with traffic or the speed limit, and then what's its miles per gallon. But then they also do tests, like drive out 65 miles and back to the same pump, and then fill up and then check their gas mileage. So that's kind of what I did, long story, but so I filled up and it clicked off, and I waited about a minute. I was actually cleaning my windows, so it was about a minute later I went back and then I pulled the lever again until it clicked off the second time, and I'll do that every single time. And I'll do that for, let's say, 4 tanks, and then we'll find what the average miles to the gallon are. Again, I don't know why everybody's so interested in miles of the gallon, because if you want miles of the gallon, live in a Prius. You don't haul 20,000 pounds and then sit there and say, oh my God, what's the miles of the gallons? Well then, you picked the wrong thing. But anyways, everybody wants to know, so we'll find out. Estimate, I'm going to say I'm going to get, with this load, now I'm going to say 9 miles to the gallon. That's what I'm going to estimate, 9 miles to the gallon, but we'll see. Is there a highway in the United States that's not a toll road? So I've been on this highway for an hour and a half. I've paid 3 times, and it was $5.50 each time. I just went through one right now, and believe it or not, it was $14.50.
Continue on I-95.
And he said to me, he says, I said, what? He goes, yep. He says it's $10 automatically for the dually. Then I got the trailer. I'm like, holy moly. And he says it's only 6 miles. I'm like, I'm serious. $14, so that's $20 for 6 miles on a highway. $20 Canadian. Wow. I told him, I said, this thing better be paved in gold. He just laughed. So I also forgot to mention, guys, I'm gonna put the cruise on 65, which is 105 kilometers an hour. Right now I'm in a 70, but I'm not going to do 70. I'm going to do 65, which is, like I said, miles an hour, which is 105 kilometers an hour. So I'm on Google Maps, and it tells me when there's a stalled vehicle. I don't know how it knows, but it'll say like stalled vehicle ahead, and it'll say, and I'll come up to about a mile, and there's a vehicle. Well, it just said speed trap, and just when it said that, there's a cop under the bridge here, and I saw his lights come on, so you'll see him pull somebody over here. Yep, there he is. I'm gonna get one lane over. he doesn't get run over. And there's the bad boy. Now how it knows that, I don't know. Does anybody else know how it does that? I think I need another coffee. I just saw a sign said parking area 1 mile ahead, so I think I'm gonna go back. Because I have my house on the back here, I might as well go make myself a coffee. Just over to my left here, there's a industrial, I'm not sure what it is, whether it's an open pit. I see 2 big stacks. But a dump truck just came out from that thing, from that yard. And he's got the tarp over top of the truck. And he just came out of that yard. So I'm gonna stay back. Because if there's a rock or something stuck between his duals, that's 90% of the time when a stone comes out, it's within the first 3 or 4 miles of a truck leaving the yard. And then all of a sudden that stone comes out just like it came out of a cannon. One time I was actually in Alberta, and I had a 1976 Chevy stepside. And I'm driving and I'm behind this dump truck, and all of a sudden I see this rock going up in the air, hit the asphalt in front of me, and landed square in my windshield and took the whole windshield out. So I'll definitely stay back behind that boy. He's doing 60 miles an hour and I'm doing 60, so I have no problem following. Well, West Virginia, you are beautiful. Once you get off the Turnpike or the big interstates and you take the smaller highways, that's where all the views come from. It's kind of nice, don't get me wrong, to be on the interstates because, I mean, you can put the hammer down. There's, you know, every 50 miles you can go get gas or a rest area or something. Not as much so much when you take the smaller roads, but there's a third of, no, not even. There's a 16th of the traffic when you're traveling on roads like this, and obviously the views are breathtaking. Absolutely gorgeous. You said your friend's not from around here. All you're going to see on the interstate is interstate. Classic. So guys, I stayed at the local Walmart here. I'm in West Virginia, and there's a trail system called Hatfield McCoy. And so there was a couple guys, I just got fuel here at the Walmart parking lot. They were talking about this trail system, so I'll just throw a quick picture up there. Hey guys, they said they looked up the channel, so I'm sure they're gonna be watching this video. Anyways, we're gonna go out there. He was mentioning, I didn't even catch their names, but he was mentioning that there's a permit you can get for 50 bucks. And he says there's just beautiful trails out there. We're gonna go ahead in that direction and see how it goes. Hi guys, I am in Wilkinson, West Virginia, and I'm at a pretty cool little campground here. And the reason why I picked this campground is because the Hatfield and McCoy Trails are around here. It's like over 1,000 miles. So I got the side-by-side. Oh, it had a dead battery on it, and I'm not sure what that was causing that. I'm not, well, when I say dead, it was down to 10 volts. But you probably hear a helicopter behind me. And why is there a helicopter behind me? Well, let me just show you something. So yeah, I got the charger on right now. And today's Monday, and I'm going to be, tomorrow's the big election here in the States. But anyways, I'm going to hopefully run into some bunch of people on the trails I can go with, but there's like thousands. But I was just sitting here setting up, and then I just kind of looked over to the side here, and something caught my eye. There's a forest fire. And I will zoom in on the top of the hill there, but I can see the flames very easily. You can see the smoke, and there was a helicopter. The helicopter just was flying over top of it. I don't know, to be honest, the size of the fire. I don't know what's going on up there. You can see the smoke though. A tad bit concerning, to say the least. Look at this cool little guy here. Globetrotter. So they're fixing it up. I know nothing about Airstreams. Like, absolutely nothing. But I would imagine it's probably worth something. It's probably the only, to be honest, it's probably the only RV out there that ever will be worth something. Because everything else, go to the junkyard, including this girl. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened with the side-by-side here. She was at 10.1 volts. Look what happened in here. Now that looks like it's pretty bad, but what happened is this stupid spray nine, anybody that knows spray nine, it's pretty powerful shit. And it fell off the shelf and started leaking. All that, you know, basically it looks like, no, it's just bark from the wood I had in here. And of course it starts dissolving the bark, and that's why it looks like that. So I don't know. I tried cleaning it up here, but it just, because I put that, remember when I painted this, I put the sandblasting glass, it just tore up a paper towel. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to clean this up. I might have to actually, when I go into Walmart or something, just buy a cheap mop or something. Maybe a mop will work on this, or take a pressure washer to it. I don't know. But yeah, she's dirty. Anyways, so far though, she's holding together for all the roads I've been on, and rough roads. Everything's still staying intact, which is good. The only thing that fell off was this bottle. Nothing else has ever fallen off a shelf, so, which is good. It's supposed to be windy tonight. I was going to pull out the awning and for the barbecue and here, but they said it's going to go up to 60-kilometer-an-hour winds tonight, so I thought, nah, it's not going to rain either. So, and oh yeah, that's another thing too. Warm. It's like 76 degrees today. It's interesting to see stuff way out in the middle of nowhere, like on this trail here. It's an old chimney. So that would have been sitting, whoop, that would have been sitting on top of this. Some more stuff down there. Oh, there's a fence here. Like an old page fence. Wonder what was here. Did they put that around the edge here because they had maybe some kids living here and they didn't want them to fall over or something? Well, I think I know what this is, guys. Somebody was mining here. That looks like an adit right there. You can see how the blocks are all piled around here. I bet you if you were to dig down in there and clear all that debris, there's actually a, ouch, thorn. There'll be an adit right there. So they piled the rocks all around there and probably had this little roof over top of it. And that house would have been right there. So they got a claim out here and they were busy digging away. That'd be a good way to travel too. If I was younger, that'd be a good way to travel. The older you get, though, the more you want to sit down. I'm just gonna see if I can climb up top here. See, they leveled this off here, and then there's a structure sitting here. So I have no doubt that they were mining in them there hills. Yeah, that sounds pretty hollow down there. Oops. Oh yeah. It's awfully spongy where I'm standing here, so. But anywho, cool. Trying to figure out what this was. An old stove. Of course, I forgot my hikers, so all I'm doing is wearing my Crocs. And they're filling up full of debris right now. This was a dump. They just threw all their shit. There's springs from an old mattress. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Yep. Oh, well, cool. No. Another mattress. Or that actually could be a bench seat out of a truck. Washing machine. Whoa. So obviously from the age of that thing, it wasn't that long ago that this was here, because those were probably what? When did they start making them like that? In the 30s? 40s? Look what I just came across, guys. And they're all black. And there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly 7, 8. I can see another one over here. What the hell would that be? I got my flashlight, and this is the easiest one to look inside. And I know this ain't not even going to show up at all, but it is round, perfectly round. You can see that. They're pitch black, like soot. I can feel cold air, and they go straight back. What would that be, guys? Anybody know? I've never seen that before in my entire life. It's like something drilled a hole in the side of the rock. So there's not a whole lot to this one, but still pretty cool. Man, oh man, it's beautiful out here. I don't know, it's supposed to rain like 90% chance at 3 p.m. And look at like stuff like this just baffles me, right? Like, A, why, and B, how? Some interesting stuff going on out here. All right, guys, you might be able to still hear them. So I went and looked in here, and then all of a sudden 3 side-by-sides, or UTVs, utility task vehicles, they came along. Really nice guys. Anyways, I was talking to the one guy, and I asked him, I says, what the hell is that over there? He goes, that's for coal. I said, what? He says, yeah, they come in here, and they see a vein, and they take a big auger, and they go all the way in, and he says, sometimes they're 30 feet deep, sometimes they go right through the entire mountain. And then they'll move over a little bit, and they'll go back in again. So they were extracting coal. There you go. And I said, well, I felt cold air. He goes, oh, that means, he says, that thing goes right through. He says, most of the time, he says, you'll see them go in maybe 50 feet or whatever. He says, but every now and then, he says, they'll actually go right through. And as long as they keep getting coal in the vein, they just keep augering it in. He said, that's why it's perfectly round. I said, that makes total sense. Anyways, now we got the answer. So you can tell I'm having too much fun out there exploring that my camper's looking like a disaster, but that's okay. So these trails that I was talking about, guys, so that circle right there, that's where I am approximately. So there's the highway, and it's behind this legend here, and that's the Hillbilly Rentals. That's where I'm actually staying right now. So from there all the way to this corner here, this red star, the beginning of the trailhead, that was 11 miles. So I checked that. And then I took 39. So by the colors here, the blues are the moderate, the greens are the easiest, the black with red dots is the most difficult, and the kind of a yellowish color, that's a single track. So that's for like dirt bikes. So I went on to 39 here and went all the way down, and then crossed the highway, and then took 51 this way to the tunnel. And this whole thing, from start to finish, took me about 5 hours. So today, I'm gonna leave the campground here, go to the same spot here, but instead of going to 39, I'm gonna go this way. But just to show you how many trails are here in this area, let me put the maps together. So that map goes on top of that one like that. And then this map down here goes on top of that one. So just for a bigger picture, that's all the trails in this area. That's incredible. I think they said there's over 1,000 miles of trails. Very cool. So I'm thinking about today doing this one here, coming across, taking one of these, and it's supposed to be right here is the world's largest ATV bridge. I'm probably looking at that direction there is probably going to be, or I'm going to say at least a solid 40, 50 miles. Anyways, time to go back out and have some more fun.
Summer's gone, I'm latching on. Don't even know your name, but you're still in my head. Underneath rays of gold, your body oh so close. No, I can't forget, no. When I saw you on the dance floor, oh, I saw you who saw me first. I guess it's history now and I shouldn't care, but it still hurts. I didn't realize the danger, cause you're the end of the rainbow. And the music was so loud, didn't catch your name over this crowd. Girl, you should wear a name tag, cause all I wanna do is to know your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, that's the only way that I get your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag, it's too important to be your name. People go insane when you walk by. Girl, you should wear a name tag. Trying for too long, I give up my luck. Been looking everywhere, it doesn't make sense, no. Bring it back, cause I need you on the dance floor. 4 a.m. and we go home. I guess it's history now and I shouldn't care, but it still hurts. I didn't realize the danger, cause you're the end of the rainbow. And the music was so loud, didn't get your name over this crowd. Girl, you should wear a name tag, cause all I wanna do is to know your name. Girl, you should wear a name tag. Girl, you should wear a name tag. Girl, you should wear a name tag. Cause I need you on the dance floor. 4 a.m. and we go home. I guess it's history now and girl, you should wear a name tag. I didn't realize the danger, cause you're the end of the rainbow. And the music was so loud. Girl, you should wear a name tag.
Well, guys, there's one of those coal poles again. Pretty cool. I have to lay on my stomach. Oh crap! Now I'm wet. There's another one right down there. They're on the map. It shows. It didn't even show these ones on the map. It shows that there's some up here. So maybe those ones are a better view than that one. Just another beauty day up here on the trails, guys. So the machine's working really good right now. It flies, which obviously if you're watching the video, you know that. She moves pretty good. And by the way, all that footage you're watching is at real time. Nothing sped up. Probably driving a little bit too quick. These shocks get extremely hot. These Fox shocks. So you got the reservoir right there, and it's warm because that puppy is working overtime. But yeah, no, the machine's running good. I'll guarantee if I had a passenger, they'd be like screaming. Hell, I wanted to scream a couple times. Now that's what I'm talking about. Look at this. Look at the size of that vein. Unbelievable. Look at that. Look how thick that vein is, guys. See, that one only goes in right there. But I mean, use me as a reference. Look at the size of this thing. If I touch the very top of it, it's right about here on my waist, so. Okay, that one caved in. It's incredible how strong that is, though. Like, I didn't think it'd be all that strong to hold up all this weight. Yeah. So this only goes in, this looks like it goes in about 50 feet and then that's it. Well, there you go. Now, if I would have came across these guys, rather than the first time just seeing a little wee hole like this, then I would have looked at it and said, okay, I see the coal and I see the holes, but when this is an obvious. And I'm surprised, you know, if they're going to be up here, like, why didn't they keep going? Even if you only go in 50 feet, that vein is just like freaking thick as hell right there. Sure would have been interesting to watch them dig it, though. Or auger it, I guess. And I wonder how long ago it was. Very cool. Very cool. Coolio. Longest ATV bridge, and you can tell it's an old train bridge. So there's a gentleman out here. So what these, where I am here at the Hillbilly Campground and Rentals, these two trailers are owned by them. And she said on the weekend here, so today is Thursday, on the weekend, they actually have people that come out and rent these. So I'm going to have some visitors on the weekend. But there's a gentleman, you can see him walking right there. His name is Daryl. And I just kind of jokingly said to him, I says, hey, I says, what do you charge? Because obviously it'd be kind of nice to get the thing. He goes, go in there and talk to her. And he says, absolutely. He says, if she says it's okay, he goes, I'll wash your rig for you. I'm thinking, okay, I was just kidding, kind of. But I'm thinking, absolutely perfect. So yeah, I'm going to head inside and hopefully I get the thumbs up. Well, the boys did a good job for me. Got her all nice and sparkly clean. Got all the bugs off the camper. Very nice. Very nice job, boys. All right, guys, I'm just packing up here at Hatfield and McCoy. The campground is called Hillbilly Rental and Campground. And the nice thing about this spot is it's kind of in the middle. So you can take the highway out this way to go to some trails and take the highway that way. Not to mention, I mean, the facilities here are beautiful. So. But I did some, so I woke up about 6 o'clock this morning, did all my bedding. I just threw it out here like this because it's maybe not quite 100% dry, so I'll make up the bed later, but not a big deal. Took me a little bit to clean up around here because when you're at a campground or you're anywhere stopped for about 6 days, fairly quickly here, so took me a little bit. I had to put everything back away like I normally do. And now I'm just filling up the freshwater tank. So what do we got here? So it's about 3/4 full now. That's the second bar to the right. So my batteries are full right. The freshwater tank is the one beside it. The one in the second to the left is my gray tank, and obviously my black tank is the far left, and it's empty because, hey, you know, if you follow me, I've never used the toilet. So it'll be 3 years coming up here, and I've never used that toilet. I know. Close the fan. All right, I'm just going to wait for that fresh water tank, and then we're out of here. Okay, guys, that'll be the end of this one. And I hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride, and I mean physically come along for the ride on that on the trails. They were awesome. ATV is working good, or UTV is working good, but utility task vehicle. I know. But anyways, all right, guys. As always, be good, be kind, be careful. We'll see you down the road. Bye-bye.
I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way.